Hi guys, welcome. It's Richard Butler, and today I'm going to be reviewing an email verification service called the Checker. Now, the Checker is at the moment, it is now April 23rd. The Checker is on an Appsumo deal, and it's an incredible deal. Before I get into the actual review, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and give me a like. So there's a link to the actual deal in the description, and I'd appreciate if you use my affiliate link if you're going to pick this up. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about email verification. If you're running an email list, there's a number of issues that you are actually going to encounter, and that is people signing up with fake email addresses. Well, the solution to that is that you have double opt-ins so that they don't actually receive your freebie that you're offering them until they actually confirm their email address. But there's a second problem here. They can actually set up disposable email addresses. And disposable email addresses are addresses that are set up and can be used for a couple of hours. And a lot of people will use these because they don't really want to sign up for your list. The other thing is that sometimes people will use catch-all email addresses like all@mydomain.com, and every single email goes to that regardless whether I put in richard@domain.com or tom@domain.com. And they also use role email addresses. Now, what's the problem with using these type of addresses? Let's talk a little bit about sender reputation. Sender reputation means what type of reputation you have as a sender. Now, how is that calculated? Well, if you are sending out emails and a lot of the emails are bouncing or a lot of the emails are undeliverable, the email servers will tally up all those numbers and then they will say, well, this person, richard@domain.com, is not a very reliable email sender because they have no list hygiene. So hold on a second, list hygiene, what, you have to wash your list in hot soapy water so it doesn't get coronavirus? No. List hygiene means that, well, you are actually cleaning out your list. So you're removing any dead email addresses, you're removing any bounced email addresses on a regular basis. The cleaner your list or the more deliverability that you get, the better your reputation will become. So a service like this that the Checker offers is essential to make sure that your lists are clean. Now, the first thing that struck me about the Checker is that they are trusted by thousands of forward-thinking teams. And I saw Netflix, I saw Plex, I saw WeWork, and I thought, okay, well, these guys have some very good clients. Now, there are many services that offer email verification. And what caught my attention is, first of all, the price that is on AppSumo for this. And second of all, that they are working with leading companies. So let's get into what the actual offer is on AppSumo. The offer is that you can clean up to 1 million email addresses for $49. Now, I'm not going to try and do the maths and say how much that is per email because I don't know how much it is per email. It's going to be minuscule. So this is an amazing deal. It's a lifetime deal, which means that your credits never expire. Now, how easy is it to actually clean your emails? Well, it's incredibly easy. And really, if I just did a walkthrough in this video, the video would be finished in 30 seconds. Maybe that's what you would have liked, but I'm going to do it a little bit longer. So you see here, I have 999,637 emails that I can clean. So that will keep me going for a long time. Now, what I'm going to show you is how you actually work this. So all you do is you either click and drag your list up here, or you click here and you import the list. There are some integrations here. So where's your list? It could be on HubSpot, it could be on MailChimp, MailerLite, Campaign Monitor here. So you can actually just connect up your other systems that are here in order to import those emails directly. Once you do that, there will be an option here. So let me just select a list here. And what I would do is I would go in here and I would just click on Start. Now you see here there's a high precision mode. It says the checker will automatically retry verifying emails marked as unknown, gray listed, timeout, etc. And it may give me the least amount of results, which is good. And then I would just click to enable that, and I would click on Start. Now I'm not going to clean this list because I already cleaned it. But what you will see is that you have results here that will tell you out of 400 emails that were cleaned, 367. So that means that the checker has confirmed the mailbox exists and the email addresses are safe to send to. Deliverable but risky. So it says they may result in low engagement or a bounce. Use caution when sending to risky addresses. Undeliverable means that, well, strangely enough, they can't be delivered, or that the actual email doesn't exist, or that there is something wrong in the syntax of the email. So somebody's put in gmail.com instead of com. And unknown is that it's just unable to get a response from the email server. So out of those 400 emails, there are 367 which it can say are active email addresses that will be actually delivered to. Now, another thing that this system actually does is, and other systems do it as well, is that it will actually scan for known spam traps. So what are spam traps? Spam traps are special email addresses that have been set up by ISPs or internet service providers or other email services, which should never be used. And they are set up primarily to find people who have maybe scraped lists from the web or who are buying and selling lists. So if you mail one of these spam traps, what will happen is that will signal to the ISP that maybe you have bought this list, because it will only turn up on certain types of lists. So you have to be very careful with those, because if you hit one of those spam traps, or if you hit too many spam traps, what's actually going to happen is your deliverability will go down and your reputation will go down. So once you've cleaned your list, you just go to export list and you have a number of options. You can export the guaranteed delivery, which is all the clean ones, the maximum reach, okay, which is 381 emails. So this may include some of the risky emails, only bad emails if you just wanted the bad emails. Now, why would you do that? Well, you could be setting up a blacklist on your server to make sure that those emails are never allowed to join your actual list. And that's really it. You would just click on guaranteed delivery, export list, and it will export it into a zip file. There's nothing more to this. It is that simple. As I said, there are other services that do this. The quality of the checker seems to be very good of what it actually filters out, but it's the price that is really amazing. $49 for 1 million emails here. Now, if you wanted to do a single verification, you could. So if I put in, for example, Joey at joeymac.com, it will actually go and check that. Okay, and it tells me that this is undeliverable. So the reason is it's an invalid mail. Now, it does deduct obviously a credit for that. So if somebody had put in that email address and they ended up on my list, by cleaning my list, I would actually know that that is an invalid email address and it would be removed. And what you would see here, I've just blurred it out for privacy, but you would see different email addresses that I've actually tried. And then it gives me the results of all of those. Now, there is something else that I have heard comments about that people complained that didn't work or did work or it was not right or whatever. But there is a widget here that you can actually install. And what this will do is it will give you real-time email validation on your current website. So you copy a piece of code, which is, I would call this sign up. I would put in my domain, for example, here. And I would say that the only results I want to allow is I only want to allow deliverable emails here. Okay, so allowed results is just those. I could say deliverable, I could go for different ones here, but I only want deliverable results, and I would save the widget. And then what I would do is I would just copy this embed code, which I've covered because I don't want anybody actually using it. I would copy this embed code, and what it will actually do is it will check as people sign up to my list to make sure that the email addresses are actually valid. This will also save you a lot of time, because if people are coming directly to your website and signing up, it will actually check to make sure that those email addresses can actually be delivered to. So all I would do is I would copy this. And this is really important because this came up on some of the questions on Appsumo. It came up on some of the comments, the reviews, that you would actually have to paste it just before the body tag of your website. So that's really important. So it's a very simple service that provides a very simple solution to a complicated problem, which is making sure that your list is clean. Anything that I don't like about this? Absolutely not. I have to say this is probably one of the best deals that I've seen on AppSumo. I've tested out their support, and their support is excellent. I've communicated with them over email, I've communicated over chat, and they have been extremely helpful. There's no learning curve to this. You just import your addresses, you export them, and then you would import them into your actual autoresponder, whichever that may be. And that is it. Absolutely super, super simple. Now, if you have any questions, just leave a comment in the comments below. If you enjoy this review and you're watching this on YouTube, please do like my channel. Please do, of course, subscribe. And if you're thinking of picking this up, please do use the link that is in the description. And why subscribe to my channel? Well, because I like to give honest reviews of software that I use, gadgets that I use. I've done a couple of gadget videos as well. And I will only give you honest, ethical reviews. I'm not going to review things just because somebody asked me to review them and give a good comment about them if I don't think it's actually worth getting. So you can always be assured that if I've reviewed something, I've used it, I have really thoroughly looked at it, and I stand behind it. So that's it. So just subscribe, let me know what you think and any questions you may have. I'll talk to you in my next video.